Hello, hello. Can you hear me? So if you hear me, then I want to hear someone say something on the chat. Like, Ipo, can you hear me? Uh, uh, wait a minute. I really want to check it. Yes, being here. Yeah, you can hear me. So a little bit like, sorry. I'm afraid that you can hear the background noise. Uh, yeah, there's a crypto event around the corner. As a super team lead, I have to join the event. Hope that the event goer is not seeing me joining there. Let me turn on the webcam for you to know what happened to me now. But I'm 100% on the call and share with you about blockchain and Solana, and hope I can bring you some of the insight on how I think blockchain can help, and especially Solana can help with game developers. But we will wait a little bit because like now we have 11 people. I would want to for more people to come. Let me turn on the. Okay. Yeah, you can see that I'm in kind of like bar setting. There's a crypto event in Da Nang, and they're inviting people from multiple places in here, and they kind of like invite new people who are joining super team, not joining like crypto in Da Nang, because like Da Nang is a hot zone for crypto right now. A lot of digital nomad is coming. Many I already meet like a few team coming to Da Nang, and they want to set up office in here. So that is kind of like what happening now in Vietnam. We have a lot of people want to go to Vietnam and build crypto company, and I hope that like, in the next few days I can maybe meet someone who want to build game company in here. Still 11 people come. Okay, so I'm gonna hang around and wait for like maybe when we have reached 30. So if you So I think this went live on X of Super Team Vietnam and several other channels, and hope that even live on this the Discord for Game Jam people as well, because the target audience of this is the people who is joining Game Jam and try to use Solana to leverage the game. If you follow us and join the Game Jam program, you will realize several things have like special about this. You see that we try to limit ourselves when we talk about blockchain because yeah, blockchain have a lot of like bad reputation because people have a lot of promise. Have like people say that okay, you bring games to blockchain and you have a lot of good things happen to you. No, to be honest, over the last 4 years, I see a lot of teams bringing game into blockchain and yeah, repetition destroy. Everything is good until you release the game. So, kind of like the playbook is if you build a game on blockchain, never release the game. Just keep profit. I kind of like get that. However, we don't want that. So in Super Team Vietnam, I mean in Solana in general, and also the game jam team, we really want to have people to build games. One thing which is something fun to play. That's why if you look at the curriculum of the game jam program, everything will be about game design actually. So like we ask people to really think. We really want people to think through about what is a good game. Game document design to build a good game. To be honest, to build a good game, you don't really need blockchain. I can be wrong. I'm not a game expert. I can share in the slide a little bit about my background that relate to game. But I think computers have like somehow crack the fun part of the game. You don't really need blockchain to make the game fun. So that's why I think 50% of the game jam program will show you how to build a fun game, and it has nothing to do with blockchain. However, what blockchain can bring to you is it is a flywheel, is a basic motor for you to scale your create creation, for you to invite more people to view your game, to play your game, to be involved in success. Yeah, so that's how we try to like leverage blockchain and Solana blockchain in here. Then that will be the topic of today. When I will walk through with you what is blockchain. To be honest, I will go back to the very basics. What is blockchain? What is Solana blockchain? Why it's different? Why is it special to me, at least to me, and maybe I can show you why it is special to like own other blockchain as well. And we will discuss a little bit like what is blockchain application, and then what is blockchain application for gaming. I would have several like very, I think, cool idea to share with you how to build, how to leverage blockchain in gaming. So 23 people. I'm waiting for more to join to obviously start my session. So waiting. Anyway, if you in the chat and you want to say something, want to share something, just comment. I'm reading the comment in here, and if is there anything I want to pick up and we can discuss here. When we wait for more people to join, I will start this when we have around 30 people. Because folk, I knew that there's a 50 team joining Game Jam and 200 people in Discord. So actually, the Game Jam team did a very good job to attract a small crowd of people who want to build game in Solana. So I really want to see those people in the stream and have some conversation with these people. And yeah, like don't hesitate to disrupt me. Just whenever you want to ask something, just comment in the chat. I'm have like look at the chat all the time and see if like if someone asking anything, is there anything interesting that might interest everybody else? Then even if it's not related to the content I'm delivering. So yeah, feel free to put all of your question everything in the chat. Happy to bring you in and might even send you the link for you to join the conversation as well. I'm you know that I do workshop a lot, and the worst thing happened to me is I stay at the screen and talk to myself. Really want people to like say that you agree with whatever I'm saying or you disagree with whatever I'm saying. That's good as well. Like and bring up conversation. Oh yes, that's the background music. Let me try to fix it. Okay, can you hear better now? Sofian, can you hear better now? I reduce the background music. Sounds like, can you hear it better now? Ipo, can you hear me clearer? Yeah, Ipo. If you can hear me, just say something. Yeah, Ipo.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like a
It's okay.
okay,
When,
okay.
yeah. So like, if you don't hear me clearly, just tell me. Okay, just to I can. Okay, don't worry. So I think the point of the noise cancelling software is like when I talk, it will cancel out the noise around. So yeah, that is the. I think that we turn on the camera. So like that's the fact of like running in crypto when you have multiple events going on, you have multiple audience. But like to be honest, that's how crypto people is doing nowadays. Like uh, One day I have to talk to policymakers to let them really understand what is blockchain. Other day we have to talk to DJs and like okay, we love DJs, we love whatever you are doing, but we bringing blockchain to mainstream as well. We are bringing blockchain to policymakers, or bringing blockchain to game developers. So we
The
really have to
music
talk.
got bigger, so yeah, let's.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. The music like I feel like it like louder. Yeah, yeah. The music.
Try to. So if you can just hear me for like maybe 1 minute, try to.
Okay, so yeah, it is. Sorry, guys. So let's like wait here for a little bit, and today we will also like have some reward and like some game in the end. So like it's good to see you guys here. We have some people in the audience now, and let's see on Twitter. And I appreciate that, like when even though today is the day like today is Saturday, and everyone here, yeah, we are hustling and we are cooking hard. Yeah, I think he always like go out with his children, and maybe they are watching Superman movie. Anyone watch the Superman movie yet?
No, I don't go out with my kid. There's a crypto event in Da Nang right now, and they gather new people coming to the community. I
Oh,
thought that this the shop will be quite enough to do to workshop with you guys, but it's actually not. But I find a new place.
oh,
Did
it's
you
a
feel?
section 30, right? The
Yeah.
owner is actually also like the crypto guy. So
So okay, can you hear me clearer now?
okay, okay, that's good.
Okay, there's no background noise. So let's get started. And actually, it's good as well. We have 47 people in here. Okay, let's get moving. So today we'll talk about. So this title, I think I use this title for own Solana blockchain education for the last 3 years, I say. And the title is
Hello, where
blockchain.
you? I think I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Wow. Can you hear me now?
Is everything good?
Can you hear me now? Ipo, can you hear me now?
Okay, okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, okay. So let's get started. So thank you very much for joining. I see 48 people in here. Hope that some of you from Discord from the Game Jam program. So you are my main audience today. So again, my name is Hieu from Super Team Vietnam, and this is a session for me to explain maybe Solana for whoever wants to build games on Solana, and I will explain to you why it matters. To be honest, this will be I cannot promise you success because nobody can do that. It's ridiculous. But I can promise you truth. Now, today I'm not going to talk about NFT. No, none of that. I'm not talking about like uh, game view, whatever thing people are doing for the last 4 years. No, I don't touch. I touch none of that. But I really want to sit down with you guys and we discuss some of the very fundamental, which is like I already see success example in other industry, and I think game can follow the step as well. So let's get started. So before I do this, let me introduce you properly. So I'm Hieu. I build software since 2005. So this is the 20 years that I build software. I think I just like celebrate that 20th anniversary like few weeks ago. So over the last 20 years, there's something I did in my background that really relate to game. You can see the screenshot in here, which is like few stories, and they actually are interactive books. They are part of like 50% of them are game because children can tap and like do some missions and some small have like casual game in the app, and half of it are storytelling. And you can see some of the stories they got like 20 million views on YouTube. So I think at least with that background, I have some authority to tell you guys about building games and consumer product because I've been there. I built a YouTube channel with 100 million views in 2013. That is my background, and I work with Super Team Vietnam and building for Solana blockchain since 2025. The agenda today will be simple. There's three things. What is blockchain? And what is the application of blockchain? And the second question is like why it matters to game builder. I try to have the third session, which is like few ideas to build with you guys, but I can't like blend it with the second section. So that's roughly the idea of today. I think I have like maybe around 40 minutes to explain this. So yeah, I will make it quick. So by the end, we will have like around 10 minutes to discuss, and I hope Ipo can help me to bring some of the audience to the stage if someone want to share something. Is that okay? Is that okay, Ipo? I really want to check my voice from time to time to make sure that people heard me.
I don't know if it's possible technically because like because we are using the stream and then but like I can check out the question and then I can tell you the like what like people are asking and
Okay,
stuff. So yeah.
okay, okay. Let's get started. So blockchain and basic concept and application. So I think that in the audience here, many of you know about blockchain and part of it, but let me just do it in a very boring way. So to me, blockchain is special purpose cloud computing network. I do that all the time. I tell people that there's no fancy thing about blockchain. Blockchain is not going to cure cancer, guys. Bad news. Blockchain is not going to make you a superhero. No, it's just a special purpose cloud computing network. And this is cloud computing, so it most of the time it has a lot of things to do with developer, and it has nothing to do with retail with consumer. So whoever going out there ask people to like buy token in blockchain because of decentralization and everything, they are scammers for real. Blockchain is just cloud computing. It has some special ability with the design that I explain now. So how blockchain work physically, how it look like? It look like this. So so a blockchain network is a network of computers. So it is like you can see on my screen in here, you have a bunch of computer, and these computers are linked together. So what is the link together here mean? So there's no link physically. There's no way link, but it look like each of the computer here they run a software, and we call this software a validator client. And when you run that validator client, So all of the computer in the network, they have the same memory every period. For example, in Solana, every computer in this network, they synchronize the memory around 400 milliseconds. I'm skipping some of the technical nuance in here because I'm not 100% correct, but it probably look like that. So that's how blockchain works. And then we are the client, which is you can see on the computer that is outside of the box. That is us. We are the user. We're using blockchain, but contract to like for the traditional Web two cloud computing. Let's say I'm a developer. I run my own server. Ipo can be developer. He can run his own server, and we have nothing to do with each other. You can access to some of the program in my server. You can access to program in Ipo server, but the data within my server and his server have no whatsoever. There's no relation at all. But blockchain is different because whenever you access to one computer in this network, you virtually have the same memory in every other computer. That is how it's designed. This design is very have some pros and cons. The first problem with it is it's super expensive because think of it. Whenever you try to write something into one node validator, that information will be duplicated several thousand times across the world. Why I say several thousand times? Because I will quickly go to this. If you see this line, you can see that for Ethereum, they have around 9,000 computers. So every time you write some information into the blockchain network, it duplicates 9,000 times. Solana have around 4,000 based on information I have in here. So every time you write some information in Solana, it will duplicate roughly around 4,000 times. And Bitcoin is 16,000. So every Bitcoin transaction will be duplicated 16,000 times. That is how blockchain network works. So it's costly. So imagine someone tell you that they want to store video image on blockchain, which is I know maybe some of you guys are fan of Ordiner. I have like some of my very good friends. They are a fan of Ordiner and they want to store like videos and image on Bitcoin network. But I tell them all the time like I'm a software engineer and I don't think that's a good idea because you don't want to duplicate your file several thousand times across the world. If it's a big video file, but there's some data that it makes sense for you to duplicate it several thousand times across the world, which is like some data with high value. So to think about it, some information has is low value and some information is high value. For example, like my bank account information is high value information because yeah, it. I mean, obviously you know why, right? But my suppose that I have a photo of me going out today, that information is not really high value, and I don't think duplicate it several thousand times across the world is a good idea. So when you deal with blockchain, the first question is like, what information I want to store on blockchain? Should it should have? I mean, the value should be high enough to have like resonate for the reason you use this very expensive cloud computing. That is one principle of the network, which is which is the cons I'm talking about. However, the advantage is that the data availability is amazing. So think about it. If I run my own server, if I let's say I go out of business, then your data is gone. Whatever people say, but if I turn off the server, then it's gone. I think Epo have something related to this few weeks ago when he talked. He tell me about a movement which is like Epo. What is it? It is like stop. What is that? Epo, the one that you share to me about like some companies that just turn off the game server.
I don't remember. Like, can you remind me?
Hmm. So there's some online game and people spend a lot of time on the online game, but the game companies they don't make any money of it. They just
Oh,
turn off
yeah,
the
yeah.
server.
Easy. Stop killing game movement.
Yeah, that's stop killing game movement. So
Yeah. So I think there's like a lot of on the internet now. If you like search Google and YouTube, and then everybody is talking like stop killing game movement.
which is
And
basically yeah. which is
Yeah.
basically because the game developers they run their own server, and if they don't make money a bit, they just stop the server. Blockchain
Right.
is like maybe it's a good idea if you keep the logic of the game on chain. So even if you run out of business, the game is still running because you don't run the server. The server is running on this blockchain network. As long as the network is still running, you still have the game. So that is one of the idea when people think about blockchain and have like gaming as well. If you talk about blockchain, then another concept I really want to bring it up here, which is like private key and public key, because the whole idea is that in normal Web2 cloud computing, if I want a user account, what I do is that I usually register an account. I register a email and then a password, and I don't keep the password. The server will be the one that keep the password. Maybe it is not in the naked form, it will be in encrypted form to make it more secure. But if hack the server, then people will they will have the password. But blockchain is behave differently. There's no sign up in here. You keep the password in your own computer, which is in form of a private key. And every time you interact with the blockchain, you send three things. You send the public key, which is have like your username and your hash information, with the information coming from the private key and the original information. You send three of them to the node, and the node will validate information. That information then tell if the person sent that information is truly who he say he is. It is the one hold the private key and represent by the public key. That is the idea of blockchain. I will not go too deep into that because even this is a very important concept. I want you to do more homework on it. And this is not really related to the topic we are talking today, which is a little bit more high level. So I spent the last maybe 10 minutes explain to you how blockchain works. So what it is, it's actually it's a cloud computing when you put less stress on the developer. Now it is a public blockchain, anyone can become a validator, and validator maintain hardware, and developer upload the software to the network. They just pay the fee once. That's all. And they can, I mean, kill themselves, commit suicide, die. But the software is still running. That's the emerging things of blockchain. And this network validator maintain the integrity of the software and own of the data. And user pay validator and developer within the blockchain with a native token. One bad thing about blockchain is it is very bad if you want to keep your information, if you want to keep a secret. So what does it mean? Every information will, in blockchain will be available for everybody to read. If you want to keep a secret on blockchain, maybe you can encrypt it and keep the encrypted version on blockchain. But the rule of thumb for me is like everything you can encrypt, you someone can decrypt it. So I don't keep encrypted information on blockchain. I only keep information which is I'm happy to make it public on blockchain. That is the kind of like the sum up before we move on. So blockchain is a cloud computing with open trustless data model. That's all. So over the last 10 minutes, if you are new in here, if you don't really get what I'm trying to say, I just mean that blockchain is cloud computing designed differently. It's super expensive. You should only use blockchain to store information, which is very important. However, because it's expensive, it's designed in a special way. So it turned out to be very easy and very cheap for you to design special application, which is now finance application. Uh, so, so yeah, I will go on to that part later. I will want to talk a little bit about Solana. And Solana is an efficient blockchain network with a high node requirement, which is it's a little bit difficult for you to join Solana as a public as a validator compared to other blockchain networks. And Solana have a lot of bad reputation about it because of this. However, I think it is not a really a problem because if you look at the internet, the computer in general, you see that every I mean most price of the thing in your life increase, right? The Because of inflation, then the price for food increase. Because of inflation, then the price of the housing is increased. But there's one thing consistently the price is going down, which is hardware device. So maybe Apple keep the price of the iPhone the same, but if you look at the requirement, if you look at the device specifications, so what you can see that actually the price for unit of computing or unit of storage is drastically going down. So I'm an engineer. I can see that trend is very clear. So I bet on the future is maybe Solana requirement will be not as difficult as it is in the next few years. And actually, compared to its history over the last 4 years, is the requirement is actually easier for you to afford right now. So I'm talking about what is the trade-off Solana is making. Few things. One is let's talk about the second point that I'm already talking in here. It is not a very decentralized network from day one, but it's designed to get there with mass adoption. And because the bet it makes is like computing in network is cheaper over time. And it's true. Over the last 4 years, price for network and everything is going down. Take one example. I'm in Vietnam, and for me to get a 10 gigabyte network to run the Solana validator is in the past is impossible. However, this month I talked to some guys in here from the NTT, and they start offering me a price which is like 20% or 30% more expensive than Singapore, which is like holy shit. Now it become a reality now. Maybe in 1 or 2 years, running a Solana validator in Vietnam will become a reality. So we just bet on one simple thing. Computing and networking will be cheaper over time. And actually we for own blockchain we position that we are competing with Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud, Azure, Alibaba Cloud. We don't compete with other blockchain because we want people to see that maybe it's a good idea for you to store important information on blockchain rather than generic cloud computing that you're using right now. And the second trade-off that Solana is making is Rust is very hard. You have to really pay attention to every memory address you want to read or write in order to program in Solana. So my own experience is that if I want to onboard someone into Ethereum, it take me. I did that in 2021, and it take me like 6 weeks. No, it's not that. 4 weeks, less than 4 weeks. But if I want to onboard someone in Solana, it's usually 3 to 6 months. However, Solana is built and used by engineer, not academic, and it have a lot of good things to do with good UX. It is like running gas-lit transaction natively with Solana. You can do that. Solana also supporting the passkey right now. So in the coming month, you will see a new kind of like the app in Solana when you can use it without install Phantom or Soulflare or any the app in any wallet application in your phone. Think about it. You use blockchain without knowing it's blockchain. You just use passkey to verify the transaction, just like whatever finance application you are using right now. So that is Solana. It's built and used by engineers. Let's get to this part. So now I'm talking about blockchain application. I already tell you about Solana. It's kind of like try to make blockchain cheaper. But if you compare the blockchain, Solana blockchain with normal blockchain, it's still very expensive. Normal cloud computing, Web2 cloud computing is very expensive. So what is the application? So I will bring in here two layers for you as a food for thought for you to do homework. One is blockchain as cloud computing. So one example I'm using here is Helium. So what Helium is doing is that they build a network of decentralized Wi-Fi in the US. So let's say that you are someone in the US, you can buy the device, which is you can see the device is the black one in here. And if you keep the device at your home, you share the internet with other people. And when other people use the network, they can pay you. And right now, I think they have like nearly 800 user active user per day, and they have like nearly 100,000 hotspots across America, which is like amazing. So blockchain as a cloud computing, why do they want to use Solana blockchain? Why they want to do that? Because they need a technology for them to record information for them, which is valuable. And in this case, is whoever own the hotspot and own the have like the the proof of the data that's going on in the network, because the last thing you want when you operate a Wi-Fi network is someone stealing the someone run the hotspot and do not get paid. And the second thing is like someone run the hotspot, but the hotspot is not working and still getting money from the network. So that's why that have like valuable information. They keep it in blockchain, and that's why they use Solana blockchain. That is the first application. And I think over the year, some people go into game and say, hey, you can use Solana to and you use blockchain to keep valuable information like gamer ID and other things in blockchain. I don't disagree with that, and I think that's a good idea as well. I don't keep it in the slide in here because I want to discuss other topic, and I think, but this topic is like covered by a lot of people. Um, if you are curious, maybe you might want to take a look at Magic Block. Uh, I will share the link in the chat. So Magic Block is, let's say they are my my idol. That I love them so much. I keep the link in here. They are the one that promote a concept that maybe sometime when you run a game and your game logic is very valuable, because what is a valuable thing in your game? The most valuable thing in your game is the game logic itself and some of the data. So why don't you keep all the game logic on blockchain? Because to be honest, game logic is not that crazy. The amount of money you pay to keep it on blockchain is small. And secondly, maybe you want to store some of part of your data on blockchain. Maybe you don't want everything. Maybe you just want player ID and some of the progress of the player. It's really up to you. So that is Magic Block technology that make it super easy. So if you have like want to use blockchain as a cloud computing, maybe you want to take a look at Magic Block. I put it in here. But this is not the main topic I want to discuss today, because I think in ongoing workshop, people will introduce you to Magic Block and all different way to use blockchain as cloud computing and use it for gaming. The main topic I want to cover today is actually blockchain as a global finance and why it matters to game developer. So let me go through some of the basic things in here. For instance, like blockchain using new assets right now. They try to expand and bring new economic opportunity. This point, I really want you guys to pay attention, because look, I will have like example later on. But look, a lot of things in life have value, but not all of the valuable things have some price. For example, like suppose that someone go out to the street and collect cash, he's doing some value there. But because there's no price on that action, so he have no incentive to maybe collect more cash, and people totally rely on his willingness to do that, which is not scalable. So blockchain is asking a very interesting question. If you can somehow uh, bring some valuable thing and put a price on it and make a flywheel. So maybe you're doing something really good to the society. I will come back to this point in the next slide, but I really want you guys to pay attention to this first point. The second point is like blockchain makes settlement cheaper and faster than traditional finance, and price discovery on blockchain is more efficient. I just want to like maybe highlight these 2 points to to explain more a little bit about why blockchain is disrupting finance industry. However, not going to be the topic of the today. But if you want to like learn about that, you there will be a lot of topic on DeFi and everything on blockchain for you to discover. So, so actually, for you to like really go into the next point I'm trying to talk about in here is using new asset. I want to touch a point in here and maybe want to spend maybe 5 minutes to explain to you guys about price and liquidity. So we don't have an like interactive audience to make this more interesting. But maybe let me explain things like this for you. So suppose that you have a company, right, and you want to issue some stock. Let's say I issue hundreds of stock, a hundred stock of my own company, and now I will bring let's say 40 of the stock to the stock market, and people will buy and sell. And when people buy and sell, and whoever match the order, they create a price. Question for you is, if no order is matched in 7 days, what happens? So what is the price? So actually, the answer is quite straightforward. If you have someone try to sell your stock on the market or someone try to buy your stock on the market, but no order is matched, then the price is actually zero. And zero, a stock with zero price is actually very dangerous because let me tell you why. Because when your company issue 100 stock and you bring 40 of them to the market, you keep 60 of them and you don't keep 60 of them just for fun. You can go to the bank and you say, hey, I want to maybe give you 30 of my stock, and now it's trading $100 per stock. And now I want to borrow you maybe $70 per stock. So it's 70 multiplied by 30, which is $2,100. If my price is going down under, let's say 75, you can liquidate all of my stock. You can get the money back. So that is how company. That is the real reason why companies they want to issue stock because now they have more capital. They don't have capital. They might have capital from selling the stock on the market, but I don't think that's a good way for company to do that because if the company is selling the stock on the market, bad sentiment, right? Look at crypto. Whenever founder try to sell the stock, sell the token on the market, the project is like going down. You can look at the Ethereum Foundation. They selling Ethereum to cover the cost, which is like totally fine. But people look at that and say, hey, it's a bad thing. Why Ethereum Foundation selling Ethereum? And that make a bad reputation on them. So what is the correct way for you to monetize your stock or your token? You don't sell it. You go to the bank, you go to financial institution and you say, hey, I want to put my stock or my token as collateral. And now because I have it has some price on the market, maybe I give you with a some margin better price. You give me the cash. I can use the cash to run my startup, my company. That is the correct like the normal and the correct way for company to issue and operate with stock and token. It is not selling. They don't sell because if they sell, bad thing happen. This is media and branding and everything in the between. However,
I
that
think
create
it's
a
also illegal to sell. Isn't it also illegal to sell?
no, it's not illegal to sell. It is your stock. You should sell it. If you think that you should do it, you should do it. But if you do it, then normally it will carry bad reputation. Like if you look at Elon Musk, if he sell that Tesla stock, what will happen? People will sell. So that's but Elon Musk need money, right? So what he do is that he bring the stock to a bank and say, hey, my stock is like trading 50 or $67 per stock on the market. So I you will give me like $40 per stock. I keep it there. If my stock is like under 45, you sell everything. That is the incentive for Elon Musk to keep the stock price going up as well. That is the way finance work. I'm not talking about, I mean, even this is DeFi, it is traditional finance, it work like that. And for that's very interesting question. Then matching the order in here is super important. And so matching the order is the equitable market making, and the people who keep the order match is liquidity provider. I don't want to go into too deep into that. I just want to make my point is if you have something and you want to put a price into it, it's one, it's very important, right? Because if you can put a price into something, then you can actually take that something to some finance institute and since you have that, you can have cash and you can operate your company, your startup using that thing, which is like without price, you without price and those token or your stock means zero. But with the price, you actually have cash now. So that is how finance works. For that, it worked like that maybe for 200 years. So, so blockchain is interesting because now it's a, hey, normally if you want to do that, you have to work with a finance institution. Okay, someone require you a license, someone require you to know someone or to be in a certain group to do that. Blockchain say, I don't think we need to do that. Most of the activity in here will be automated by machine and everyone can participate in this amazing thing. Anyone can issue an asset and let the market decide if the asset have price or not, which is never happened before. In the traditional market, if you want to do that, you have to go to stock issuing body, which is like will be some investment bank. So if you learn more about banking, you see that this will be investment bank and will be what is that commercial bank. The difference is, I mean, depend on the country, but the term investment bank usually mean that those banks they have the power to actually take your stock and do a go to market for you to put the price on it, and they are very powerful. And actually, they don't do that for anyone. They are the equivalent of Binance and OKX in crypto. Like in crypto, if you have a token and you want to list it on, if you want to list it on centralized chain, they charge you suppose like maybe $1 million. Why they do that? Because they do the same activity with own investment bank in the world, like Morgan Stanley and other bank as well. So if you go to that rabbit hole, you will see all the information about this. However, for blockchain and for decentralized finance, it's just a simple thing like you don't need to work with anyone. You don't need to upfront anyone. You just need to have a token, some cash to bootstrap it, and now let the market decide if you can put a price on it or not. I don't want to go into too much detail because that is about DeFi. It takes like another workshop for it. However, I just want to explain that amazing thing right now is using by other blockchain startup all around the world to create a flywheel to create value for the society. I want to stop maybe 1 or 2 seconds for you to look at this slide and then want to explain. So this so this slide is about blockchain are fueling the creation of new assets, driving economic expansion and opening doors to emerging opportunity. Let me explain to you why. So on the photo in here, you can see a robot. It is collecting trash, and you can see a photo of a tree planting trees. What does that mean? So if you're familiar with ESG, which is I don't remember, has something to do with environment. So actually, for company right nowadays, if you're operating a factory, so it is your duty to buy a carbon to buy carbon credit to subsidize to the so let's say to subsidize to the carbon you emit to the atmosphere. But the term is like more broader now. Carbon credit doesn't confine to carbon only. Carbon credit means that if you do something harm to the environment, now you have to buy carbon credit to subsidize for that, and that money will go back to the people who collect trash or brand new trees. So that is something they call carbon credit market, which is like been around for 20 years, I think. This is nothing new. The concept is around 20 years. The operating and the carbon credit market is like huge, $100 billion around the world. However, there's a tricky thing. The tricky thing is like, what is the price of a carbon credit? If you really go into that rabbit hole, you can see that actually is very in, like nobody really sure what is the price of a carbon credit because you don't have a market on it. Because not everybody can buy and sell a carbon credit. Usually, it requires you to have a license for you to one to issue a carbon credit, second to sell it on the market, to buy it. But even you buy it, it is not sure that you can resell that thing. And also, question will arise like if you have a carbon credit original from Vietnam, so what is the value of that carbon credit compared to one carbon credit origin in Thailand or maybe some part of America? So carbon credit market is like is very complex. So the price of a carbon credit is something that we don't really want to talk about because there's not a market on it. There will be someone who decide what is the price. So that is the reason why blockchain tries to fix it. We can look at the diagram in the left in here. So actually, I built this diagram when we are having a startup in Thailand. They say that they got a license from Thai government to issue carbon credit on blockchain. It was like five 4 months ago. I tell them like, hey guys, I don't get it. Why you need to issue carbon credit on blockchain when carbon credit market is already functioning? And they tell me the process is simple. So on the left hand side, you have a asset miner, asset minter. I don't know if you can see the screen clearly, but on the bottom left, you have asset minter, which is someone will create a carbon credit, and when you issue it, and now you issue a token, and that token go into a trading market, which is maybe Radium, Oka, whatever market, and based on the blockchain liquidity mechanism and everything that I just explained to you in this slide, it put a price on the carbon credit, and the price is fair. Why it's fair? Because if you have enough trading activity on it, then no one can manipulate the price of it. So, so I don't want to go into the rabbit hole in here. But if you have an asset on blockchain and you have like enough volume on it, it will be like believable to say like the price is fair. The price is actually is decided by the market, not someone who really manipulated. Some of the assets I can easily say that they are like market driven, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana on the top 10. I think the top 5 to top 10 coin can be eligible for you to say it in that way. So when the carbon credit is trading on the market and have a price on it, and now the asset spender, which is the factory in here, they can buy the carbon credit and they burn it. And when they burn it, the people so they burn it. Why they want to burn it? Because they want to burn it to 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 comply with the government, because the government they have some rules require them to buy and sell carbon to buy and burn carbon credit on the market. Uh, let me let me let me open this slide for you. So this maybe a bit work for me to do this for you. So
I
if you
think
search
I think like
Solana,
I think like I can translate it into like more like a game jam language on like this DeFi stuff. So
yeah,
I
and
yes,
yeah, I just want to make this point. I want to like walk through this very fast because I know this I'm out of time. But if you look at this at my screen right now, you see that Solana Foundation. They are buying around in here like maybe 53,000 ton of carbon credit in here to subsidize to the owner validator activity. So this is real money. I think this money is equal to like maybe 50,000 US dollar. So this is a real market and it is running. Yeah, just my point. It is just my point to show that it is up and running, and blockchain might have a chance to bring some value into it, and that is what like already in. This is nothing new. It's already in, and it's in experiment in several countries already. Now let's talk about game. Epo. Now I'm going to you now. Don't worry. So question now I'm bring to game is like maybe for game builder, you now can use blockchain to capture in-game value. You can use Solana to put a price on the value and keep that value going. So the diagram will look like this. You will see that diagram in here is very similar to the diagram that I have with the carbon credit. You can see that you can have gamer playing the game, the the game developer building the game in here. So you actually create a value in here. Question is, how can you tokenize that value, put it in the market, and who, I don't know who, will have to buy that thing for a reason. Think about this slide. The company in here, they have to buy it because they have to comply to the law. But there's a lot of reason for people to buy this token, and it is up to you as a game designer to decide who is the one have to buy this. I have some hint for you in here in the next slide, but that is the hint. And actually, I'm not the game builder, so I don't want to force you into my thinking. But the idea is that game developer and game development, you are building value in here, and you can use same mechanism that is running with reward asset tokenization with carbon credit market, and you can issue a token, and then you can put that token into the market, trading it, and let other people trade it and put a price on it, and now someone have to buy it, and when they redeem it, when they burn it, some of the value going back to the player and game developer. So that is one of the first, let's say, uh, first way for you to use Solana blockchain. I'm not talking about NFT. I'm not talking about a specific token type. I'm talking about how and how you, what is the value when you build a game. You have to see what is the value that you can tokenize in here, and you have to answer the who in here. Who will be the one that pay the money to pay cash to buy this and burn this for whatever reason. Let me give you one example, like a very simple thing. I don't encourage you to do, but there are very simple things like you build a game and you have a token and people buy it. And the reason why people buy it because you say that I have a game and in my game I will have revenue and every few months I will distribute the token to I will distribute my revenue in USD to the token owner. So this is a valid mechanism as well. So they call it burn and buyback. But the market saw that burn and buyback is actually not a good idea. I think Radium they did that, and every time they did that, every time they do that, the token price dumping. Jupiter they do that with January, and every time they do it, the token price dumping as well. So yeah, people try various way to kind of like close this loop, but I don't see a lot of like success use case. I think carbon credit is a success use case, but for burn and buyback, it's not. So I don't encourage you to go into that road. So what is the example going to give you? My example is like token a new mechanism to enhance game experience. So why do that? I have few text in here, but it's easy for you guys to look at the photo in here. The photo in here is actually about Manchester United. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but my brother-in-law he's a big fan of Manchester. So last year I was in the UK, and he fly from Vietnam to visit me. So think about it. He fly halfway the earth to visit me and go to Manchester to so they go to so we stay in Liverpool at the time, and he traveled to Manchester to see Manchester United have a football match with Liverpool, and Manchester lost 3-0, and he had to travel all the way back. So the photo in here is similar to what he explained to me. So they have like there are few dozen, I mean, maybe 10,000 Manchester United fans leave the stadium in a very sad way, and they go into the tram, they go into the bus, and they have like all Liverpool people around them and mock them, the whole few thousand people. That's crazy. However, this represents something amazing that is happening already happening with humans for a very long time. Is whenever there's a game, you have player, and you have people who is not player. Like think about football as a game. You have Manchester United in here. They are player. They play the game. And my brother-in-law, he's not a football player, but he wants to borrow the feeling of a football player. He wants to experience the win, and he also he doesn't want that, but he also and subconsciously he wants to experience the loss as well. So this is today. There's no digital way for him to do that. The only way for him to do that is actually fly several thousand kilometers from Vietnam to the UK to be with the team to experience the loss. So he can borrow the feeling of being in the game. My question to you guys like how can you use token to enable player and non-player to create try to make friends and enemy to become talent patron to borrow the player experience? If you going this way, and I don't recommend you to do that because this is like if you do this not because of me, you should do a lot of research on it to see if this approach makes sense or not. However, the thesis in here is you have the game in here, and the who in here is the fan, is the one that don't play the game. Look, think about it. uh, I'm 40 years old now. I don't play games. I used to play games when I was younger, but now I don't play games. But I still want to borrow the feeling of playing games. So I did crazy thing. I go to YouTube. Let me show you this. I go to YouTube and I do this. let me show you this. Uh, I go to YouTube and what is that? The that play game. So actually, there's a guy in Australia. Hmm. Can I find that guy? That play game channel. Hmm. I cannot find that guy because maybe somehow
I,
YouTube will
I I
change
think I
the.
know that guy.
You
How
know
to
that guy,
that?
right?
How to that? How to that? Is
How
that
to
how to that?
that? Yeah, I used to watch his channel like a lot. I'm not sure I can find you guys later. I can share with you, but there's a guy like that. He play game, and I want to borrow experience. I don't want to like watch younger streamer play game because guy, I don't get it. You are 20 years old. You have all the time in the world to play game, so I cannot relate to your experience. But someone who have kids still play the game. I want to borrow experience, and the only way for me to borrow that experience right now is watch an YouTube video. That's all. And I'm not really satisfied. My question to you guys is if you have the player in here, you have the game dev in here, and the who in here is a fan, just someone like me, a, a lame 40 years old guy who wants the experience the playing game, but cannot afford the time and cannot afford the skill. I think like mostly when we cannot afford the skill to play the game anymore because if I play the game for more than 30 minutes now, my eye will get blurry. So if you have this type of people, so what do you do? Can you use token like there's a reason for me. If you figure out a way for player and developer in here tokenize the value that they are doing, where is the experience? Then I want to buy that experience. Then I can redeem the experience. I don't know. I can redeem it for a shirt. Think about it. Think about all the football match, football player. Everybody want a football player T-shirt, which is a stinky one, right? You have a football player running in the field for 90 minutes, and the T-shirt gets stinky. But a lot of people want to redeem a lot of money for that thing. So why they want to redeem their USD for that thing? Because they want the experience. So can you do the same thing for me using tokens so I can break the barrier of the physical world? So you have the player in the game dev in here. You have value, which is the experience in the game, and some fan like me can have that token and redeem that token to get the experience. Can you do that for me? And this is something very valid because I can see that that market is like quite big because it happens all the time, right? If you go to any, if you have a time, any chance for you to go near any stadium that belong to a football match, no matter it's like big or small, you always see some fan try to collect some of the artifact from the football team, and that is the experience. They don't, they nobody want to collect like stinky T-shirt, but they want to collect the experience. They want to borrow the high and the low, the win and the lose, the laugh and the tear of the people who play. So I think token can do that, and blockchain can do that, and you use blockchain as a way to put a price on it and create a flywheel. Because without a flywheel, because think about it, why I do this? Why Vietnam football is so horrible? Before we let people to make money on football, because the moment you let people make money on football, it scales. It makes an incentive reason for people to play football better. Before that, we don't really have a football industry. So I think the same thing happened with games in here. If you can create a market, you can create a token in here and you use blockchain to put a price on it and you make this flywheel happen. Then the difference will be you can see the difference just like Vietnam in the Vietnam football industry in 2000 and the Vietnam football industry now. I don't say that we have a good football industry now, but it's much better than the football industry in the year 2000 because we have a way to close this loop, so people actually have make money of it and they have a reason to do a better job. So again, my first idea here for you is a token as a new mechanism to enhance game experience. I hope that this satisfy people because I spent 30 minutes rambling about blockchain and not really like what is the exact idea people can build on blockchain. But I think at least for me, if I quit everything and try to build game on Solana, this is will be the thing that I try to build. I might try to build one game that close this loop with maybe the fan in here and a token that represent the experience in here. Let me try to make it more concrete. But the more concrete I'm trying to say, the maybe the less accurate it is. So let me put it this way. Let's suppose that you can build a game, and in that game you have a moment in the game. Like think about any mobile game, MOBA game, mobile game. You have the moment when a character kill another one. You have a moment, and maybe you can tokenize that moment, put on the market with a price, and someone want to buy that moment and want to buy that token, and maybe you have a token, and someone want to buy the token, and they want to redeem the token for the moment. So this is a very concrete way of thinking of it. You build a normal game, which is like mobile game. You just have a token, and people want the token, so they can redeem the token for the moment in the game, which is limited, right? Because moment in the game is something limited, something that would collect it, just like the t-shirt, just like the stinky t-shirt. Nobody wants to collect stinky t-shirt, and actually nobody wants to collect videos, which is like stupid. But but the thing of it, if you can make a way for people to actually relate the stinky t-shirt to the experience, I do believe that with the 132 people in the streaming here, really think about how you can relate the video to the moment in the game when someone actually wins something, someone actually lose something, someone become a millionaire after the game, after the match. Then yeah, that is it's worth collecting. And some people just collect it not for selling it, because think about it. I don't think whoever tried to collect the stinky t-shirt of a football player is try to selling it on the market. Some people will try to sell it, but for a lot of people, it have emotional value. I give you another example, and I used to live in Hanoi, right? And I left it now, so it become clearer to me that maybe I want to collect moments of the city. Uh, it, it might be a little bit too early for me to say that because I just left the city for maybe 2 years. But I do meet Vietnamese people who stay overseas for 30 years, and they do want to collect the moment of the city. They want to collect the moment of the building they live. They want to collect the moment of the street they've been there, which is like now changed because the city renovate and everything. So I go a little bit too far in here, but I just want to show you guys that blockchain have a potential for you to like you tokenize the value in here, let someone in here burn that thing to redeem burn the token to redeem earn an experience. Okay, something some people will want it.
So I
So
love everything you are sharing here. So I just want to add one thing is that like the idea that I already DM'd you is the tokenizer GDD, the game document design, like everyone sharing here. Because as you say, like the moment or like the time can be tokenized or like be precious and bring emotional value. And I also think like the first step of making game is to create a GDD, and I think if we can tokenize this, and then even though like whatever direction the game or like the owner of like that idea or like that like a game like a genesis like a dog that it still like kind of have like at least personal value, and then maybe like if that person become millionaire or something like that also can be help with like the token, the GDD token.
I
And
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Actually, we have that question with Super Team as well. Because think about it, the GDD thing you talk about is very similar to whatever Super Team is doing. Because we have people to become millionaire, if God will, and we try to have founder to win, and we actually have playbook and everything. We do think about it, but we didn't do it right now because I think it's like a little bit too because it's a little bit like I it take a little bit more time. It take a little more thinking about it. So I don't want to do it in a I don't want to tokenize something that is too intangible. Let me to explain to you. Why do I give you this example? Because the thing that we tokenize in here is concrete. So I'm actually supporting next week. I will meet and support the project in Da Nang. They actually build something like this and they collect trash in the ocean. And the thing we try to tokenize in here is the kilogram of trash that a robot can collect. Why I'm confident that it will work? Because it is something tangible. It's easy to explain. I can explain this for you within like 30 seconds because this is something like people try to explain to the whole world in the last 20 years. So because this industry is very new now, if you try to follow this step, I encourage you to try to do something that is kind of like easy to understand for other people. Let me give you one example. Like if you if you follow my step, you see that I'm talking about football in here. So if you have like football game and you kind of like you borrow the social context of everything around football and you borrow the term of like the stinky t-shirt from football to maybe online football, fantasy football. Maybe people can get it and maybe you can close it. Look, people, you get my idea. I don't disagree with you, but I think it is like too abstract for people to get it. We should start somewhere that people already know what it is, which is the stinky t-shirt of the football match. That's what I mean. So that's why I try to encourage you guys. Maybe like I'm not you. I don't build games. But if I build games, then I will choose something like this. I will choose football. I will choose not even football. I can choose whatever esport that is out there. A game out there. A game that creates emotion. And a game that is easy for people to get the emotion. And then when people already know emotion is out there, and then try to tokenize that emotion and let a way for people to redeem for the emotion. But it should be something that people already know it. I don't disagree with you with GDD, just like I don't, because I agree we in the same situation with Super Team as well. But we don't do that now because it's a little bit too abstract. I might be wrong. Maybe you are very successful with that. But my principle is like I try to go for the low hanging fruit before I go for the difficult one. It's just my point.
Uh, I think like it's gonna depend on the target audience because like for example I think in every industry like in music or like in movie or in like a fantasy novel like there's always like people just enjoy writing stuff and enjoy being creative, but sometimes their work is like being steal like by other people and they sometimes the people with power and like the finance they kind of sometimes they pay a little bit money, sometimes they don't. So and I know like there are some markets that people like writing fantasy novel and they selling story. So it's not like it's not exist, but like honestly I don't know, like maybe it's just like tiny market and maybe like super small and maybe like less than dollar, like a story, something like that. But there
No, no,
is
no, yeah,
something, yeah. So I mean, like is it's not that far away. It's not like like something in like it's something you
yeah.
can start like building right now
Yes,
and like kind of
I agree. I agree.
yeah.
So look, I'm sharing you a link in here because I'm recently going to this rabbit hole. Hope it will load because I'm showing you. If you do you know about the Sandman? Okay, it's showing now.
Cement game, cement game.
Now the Sandman is a Netflix series, so it's actually a movie. Um not a, so it's on Netflix right now. You can search for it. So it's a it's a movie that span over several episodes and it's I think it's famous for me. And I spend quite a lot of my time going to this rabbit hole. They have like universe, they everything. I do. If someone's selling the experience from this, I think I would buy it. Um, I don't disagree with you, Iko. My question is like I just try to encourage people to take the idea and turn it in their own way. And Ipo as a community leader on the gaming industry, I think you should not like, maybe you can do that. Like I have to forbid myself from writing software right now, because if I write software right now, I will lost my ability to have people writing software, because now I'm on my own thing. You get me? So like, this is a valid idea. So maybe you should
Understandable.
find someone in the community and try to let them try it. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, let me give you original idea from me as well. Uh, Let me go to the
So
slide.
people
I
on
still have
Discord
one
like
for you
very
guys, which is
a fan
very
of
practical.
the movie. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe
Original
there is a glitch. Like, are
the
you saying something? Can you continue? Hello, Hieu.
yes, it's a
So
wait me
I
a
think
second.
we
Wait me a
can
second.
do a movie night in Discord. If I buy Netflix and stream the Sandman movie, is that a good idea? I don't know if it's legal or not, but I think it's okay because we are small and yeah. So what is a good time here? Like we can watch this movie. Oh, he'll just lost his internet connection, so he will be back in a minute. So anyway, maybe we should play as a game now because like now we just talking and like the and I think the presentation is over. Is this over?
It is not over. I still have one last thing to say with you guys, which is more
Okay. Okay.
practical. If you try to do something, I think this will be more practical for you guys. So I talk about all the theory, hypothesis, and everything. But there's one thing I can say to you. So we talk about big thing, right? We talk about games to create a new value. What about games to as a minion? So we don't create new value. We These are game as a mechanism to scale the casino. I'm talking about the game as a, that you already have the blockchain as a way for people to trading and find the price, right? To and explore the price discovery and everything. But what about game as a mechanism for you to scale the casino to make price discovery better? Because it's valid as well. I really love the recent post from Cass from Super Team. He said that, okay, let me say you with this. I just said the link in here, and it's up to you guys to read and think for yourself. But Cass have a very good explanation on it about the cathedral and the casino. I just put it in here before I go. Yeah, I put it here. I put it here before I go into the casino in here. So I encourage you, anyone who in blockchain, try to read this article, because it's actually describes something that's quite hard to swallow. It's like I try to build value, but what about the casino? The casino is out there, and actually, Cass try to explain that the casino and the cathedral is the two face of the coin. Me, the builder, try to build infrastructure. It's just one face of the coin. To the other face is the meme trader. There's no There's just two face of the coin. I don't try to like go too deep into this, but I encourage you guys to maybe read it to get the reason why I'm talking about the next slide. Is you can build new modality to issue trading and gaming, and it might be a good idea. So what is it? So I hope that you can scan the QR code in the screen. So that QR code will lead you to an article from Multicoin Capital. So if you are in blockchain for a while, you might know about Multicoin Capital. They are a big VC firm and they invest in many successful company in Solana ecosystem and other ecosystem as well. And they do a research and they publicly tell people that there are six way of you to do trading: single player Telegram bot, multiplayer Telegram bot, doom screen feeding, trading terminal, live stream token, Tinder Inspire Swipe UI, which is two of them for me, the doom screen feed and Tinder Inspire Swipe UI, have a lot of game mechanism on it. And actually they are actively, not this guy, but other guys as well, they're actively looking for team building games that integrate trading into it. Again, game can be a very good model for you to encourage people to trade. And when people trade, price discovery will be more efficient. You not necessary to agree with like building like letting people trade because gamble is always carry a bad name. But that's a fact of life. That's why I encourage you to maybe read the cash article to get more of it. But in terms of like practicality, and you build something that you want people to actually maybe invest in the startup, then this is more practical. It's lower hanging fruit, not necessarily the idea for you to build things, but this is something that people are looking for. So scan the QR code in here. Two example I want to give you in here. One is a startup. What they do is that they bring the chat and they let people to click on what is that they have the grid in here, and if you predict that the price will go into this square, and if the price go into that square you get some money of it, which is like basically this is like game make you can have a lot of game mechanism on it, like you have the sound, you have the leaderboard, you have like a lot of different things. So you build this, and I do believe that there will be a bunch of VC waiting to invest in innovative startup. Try to do this. Second example I want to bring you guys is Fantasy Sport. So this is a team named CFL, Fantasy Sport for crypto token. So they are the winner of the game track this year in Colosseum Hackathon. Why they win? Think of it, they doing something very obvious. They try to make trading more fun. So again, go back to my point here. You can either build game to create new value, which is I like to do it, but not necessarily the only thing you can do. You can use game as a mechanism to scale the casino, and whatever the fantasy sport team is doing in here, they are doing that. So so that is my conclusion of today. I give you two ways for you to build things that might lead to your success. One is this one: capture in-game value, put a price on it, create a flywheel. To be honest, this is the what is that? I think this is the end game. If you can do this, you find the end game for crypto. You find the end game for blockchain because now blockchain is bringing value. Full stop. Nobody can say that we are just hanging around to harm people anymore. So this is like a valid thing to do. However, if you really think about the cathedral and the casino thesis that I'm mentioning from Cash, then you might go for the casino as well. You might build a better casino, more fun, let people do it. You have to bear the consequence, like maybe somebody ruined their life using the software, but this is a casino, and people want it. As human, like we human, we want to do good thing, but we do bad thing as well. That's why we are human. If you only do good thing, then you are a saint. You are do bad thing only. Of course, you are criminal, harm the society. But we are human. We do both and bad things. I don't want to go into too deep into philosophy in here. But if I think about blockchain, think about how you can use game with blockchain, then there's two ways for you to go. Capture value, I mean, build new value with your games, capture it, put a price on it using blockchain, create a flywheel, and more value created. Amazing. Or you can join the casino. And I have instructions for you to how to join the casino in here. So hope that people is not hating me too much for this, but I show you the both way, the easy way, the hard way, the cathedral way, and the casino way. That's it. And this is my presentation. I am stop here. People, the stage is yours.
Honestly, I prefer the casino way. But anyway, so let's uh let's go with the quiz and for today. So B, can you help me with the okay, so OV Mars is asking to review the casino site, if it legit or not. And to be honest, like you need to just check the community, read the review, and then ask the player if they are a real person or not. And then if you want to test it, and test like small amount, a dollar or less, And I think there are also some websites that you can check like the legit ability, if it's website is a scam or not. So there are many techniques, and you just figure it out by yourself. And so let me know if you have any question or like anything.
I put my presentation in here. I
Yeah,
will pin
okay.
it for anyone who wants to use it. Oh no, it's a bad idea because the let me delete the comment and try to do a short link.
It's okay. I can share it to all the chat.
Yeah, let me do a short link I mean, yeah, if I share some link, it should look decent. I mean, the least thing a software engineer can do. Uh, wait a second. You can continue with the game.
Okay. Anyway, so actually last week we have a lot of workshop on gamble fallacy, and I know people in here loving it. So like my favorite part already. So. Okay, so let's get
Yeah.
started with the
So
game, guys.
I
Okay, so that's a short for the slide. So check it out and see how we can play. And we have a reward as well. So yeah, remember to join. Okay, I see there are 8 people on Discord, and also 142 view on the here on Surafo. Okay, B. Inu, you want to join? We saw that. OV Mars, you also you want to join? Just like a quick game, and then we'll end the night. And you get $5 if you win. So yeah, scan the QR. So maybe if you don't have QR, then try the link. I think you can also join by the link. Okay, here's the link. So anyone cannot click on the 2PC one. You just need to click. You just need your hand. It's very fast. Pretend, tell your boss that you need to go to the bathroom, and just 2 minutes. Okay, it's okay. I'm just joking. So yeah, thank you. Like I'm happy to have you here and watching this. Anyway, so yeah, I hope to see you. Yeah, I think we can play Dota 2 tomorrow. Yeah, noon at noon. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's start. Yeah, afternoon is okay. I need to catch up with the Dota because now the map is bigger and I haven't played like in almost a year now. Yeah, I think I gonna need the pro subscription too. Like, uh, okay, final question.
People, if I want to interact with people in Discord, then I just go to main state, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like,
Okay.
we are live stream on the Discord as well. So, like, how do you want to interact? Like, you want to? Okay,
Uh, I just want to chat. Yeah, I see. Um, something I want to give away to people.
okay, VJ. Well, I know like at least for Gamble for Studio and Inugami, I think would go with the game up mechanism to scale the casino, and I think other project like kind of capture in-game value.
Yeah, either you do casino or either you do game
I
capture
think we
value.
have
You can
like yeah, we
it's
have
something
like
you
a that group of like both like in here. So yeah, there are many direction in this Discord. So like there are people like to build casino, and there are people like to like make fun game, and actually like try to figure out how to like tokenize the value or something like that. Yeah, I would say like yeah, we just share me your address and like and then maybe I'm just gonna send you. So thank you for everyone for joining in. uh, okay, I'm gonna tag Gamble for Studio in each photo. Yeah, that's you. Okay, I think we can end it here. So, share me your address, VJ, and you can have $5 for a drink or coffee. So, thank you, everyone. Uh, we don't have a workshop tomorrow, but like next week we'll have our sponsor, and next week we'll have our sponsor play Solana and the and civic team. So those teams they are infra, so they're not gonna go into like gamble direction. They're gonna prefer you into like a bring more value direction. So if you want to work with them, then try to like figure out like the direction you want to go and how to like you know tokenize a value, like something like that. But anyway, to next week will be a lot of interesting like workshop, and there are many people, new people you want to see, and I hope to see you next week. See you. Bye bye.